Hi, I'm Océane. I've been a copywriter for about 3 years now. I've been working with the bill for 18 months and I currently write for crypto and blockchain companies. That's like not good at all. Oh, okay, I'm like sweating.
So I'm here with my accidental copy cub. Welcome, Océane. You've been copywriting for how long exactly?
3.5 years.
Why did you get into copywriting?
To be honest, it was actually an accident. So I was finishing my studies. I had a 5-year program at a law school. And as I just finished an internship, I realized that it was really not for me and I completely hated it. I didn't want to be like the tea woman and just like dealing with all the horrible cases. I just didn't like doing it at all. So I was on Twitter and I started hearing a lot of people talking about copywriting and masterminds. And because when I'd been at school, everybody kind of told me, oh, you're an amazing writer. You're so good at English and I'd gotten good grades. I just thought, well, I'm just going to try. I had like maybe 3 or 4 months until I graduated officially. So I was like, I'm going to give it a try. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I'll go and keep being a lawyer. So yeah, it was very much accidental. I didn't plan on, this was not my dream.
And that's what was most shocking to me because you have a law degree and you just said that people complimented your writing, that you were a good writer. But when I was reading your copy in the beginning, I was like, this is not possible for people to write this bad. And it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but really when I would read some of the sentences that you wrote, it wasn't like even English. It didn't sound like an actual English sentence a person would say. So what is the difference between the writing that you did for your law degree versus copywriting, and why was I so shocked? I'm trying to understand like what the difference is.
I think it was because it was very technical. So my fully official degree was like medical law. So I was doing medical law and family law. So it was very much like a lot of medical terms. It was sometimes like scientific, a bit more technical type of writing. And in law essays, like the more you ramble, the better, because sometimes you have like 10,000 words to write and you really just have to fill it up as much as possible. So I think that's probably one of the main reasons, because like I would just get used. So I was so used to filling up like 10,000 word essays, 15,000 word essays. Like every week we would have these tasks to do. So I was just like used to writing like the most fluffiest, like pointless filler words like everywhere. I think that's probably why a lot of it was just like bad.
And even recently, this one post that you wrote, I basically deleted the entire post and replaced it with like 2 sentences. And I mentioned this to you in some of the feedback where it was like, what are you trying to say and what's the best way to say it? Sometimes it might be no words at all. It might be an infographic. Sometimes it might be a video. Sometimes it might be a long ass post, or sometimes it might just be 2 words. And that's something that you have to learn as a copywriter. How did you learn copywriting?
I didn't. So I didn't expect that I would be doing much copywriting like as part of my life. I didn't think I would actually get very far doing it at all. So I was on Twitter already and I'd seen people talking about copywriting and I just wanted to try it. So what I did basically was, I think I maybe took like 2 very short courses. I was in a mastermind at the time and I just took the copywriting ones. It probably took me half an hour because I'm quite lazy. Like I didn't really want to spend like hours learning it or like handwriting the ads and everything that people say to do. So I just did that and then I DM people. I just wanted to make money from it. And until somebody accepted, I DM'd them saying like, oh, just pay me $10 and I'll do a product description for you. And then they liked it. I got a testimonial, took that to another person and said like, give me $20, like I'll write a product description. And I just carried on doing that basically the whole time.
So that's why you were so bad when I met
Yeah.
you. You haven't actually learned how to write copy. But that's also interesting. How many cold DMs or cold messages did you send before you got your first client?
Probably not that many. I would say probably like 100 or so, because I was doing Instagram as well as Twitter ones. So yeah, I probably sent about 100, maybe 150.
And the reason why I asked that question is because like when you talk to copywriters or when copywriters post in a lot of these Facebook groups and things like that, the number one pain point is, how do I get clients? How do I get clients? How do I get clients? But it seemed like you didn't have a problem figuring that out. You just send cold emails until somebody said yes. And then it was that the price was so low that it was basically a no-brainer thing. And you were just trying to do it to get, the testimonial as soon as possible. And then you kept flipping that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's like, I mean, I know it is hard. Maybe it's harder now than it was 3 years ago to get clients, but I think it's really, people overthink it. I think maybe they want to make too much money the first go. If you're offering something like super cheap, even if it's bad, someone for $10, they're just going to say, okay, they'll just like humor you. They'll just say, okay, whatever, just do it. It's not like as hard as people think it is, I think.
That's what I thought as well. And to be honest, when people complain about being not being able to get clients, I can't really relate because I've never actually done cold outreach or client acquisition stuff before. Maybe I would send like a message here and there, but pretty much all of the clients that I've had have come inbound. And that, I think that's one of the reasons why it took me so long to get my business going, is because I didn't do a lot of that cold outreach. But you, from the get-go, you were sending at least 100 messages to get your first client. And that's pretty much what every copywriter should be doing in the beginning. For how long were you doing paid copywriting work before we started working together?
I think a year and a half or 2 years, which is embarrassing.
And what were your rates like by the time we started working together? Obviously you started off at $10. What did you get up to?
Well, then I think after a while, I wanted to switch from doing just like projects. So, or it's not really a project, but just single items. So like one landing page copy, one product description, one email, things like this. And I really wanted to package it up. So by the time that we started together, I had my first proper retainer, or two. I'd had two retainers. And so at that point, I was probably making around like 2K a month, up from anywhere from like 0 to 400, 800. Sometimes I'd make like 2,500. It was really like unstable until I focused a lot more on retainers, when I had like tons of like landing pages to show people and emails to show people. And yeah, after that, I really focused on retainers.
And what was the feedback from clients on your work before you met me?
They loved it. They really liked it. So I used to get really good feedback. But I think this is one of the things that I was helped to understand so much, like when we started together, is that the people that were giving me feedback were not copywriters. So as long as I was saying something that they liked to hear, then they would be happy. I mean, and it did like convert as well, but I wasn't getting like critique. Like nobody was telling me, if you do this, like you will improve, or like your conversion rate is suffering because you're doing this. Because I was just writing based on the brief that they gave me, and they were happy that I like followed the rules. Everybody was telling me like, it's amazing, it's so great.
Yeah, and I know you have a testimonial from Jason Wong, who's the CEO of Doe Lashes, and he's a pretty big guy in DTC Twitter or e-commerce Twitter. And so for you to have that testimony, it's like, oh, she might be legit. And then I started reading your copy and I was like, well, how is this possible?
Yeah.
Were you ever coached or copy chiefed by another copywriter before?
No, not officially. So I would get feedback. Unofficially, I would get actually feedback on my cold DMs. Sometimes people would be really annoyed at the fact that I sent them a DM and they would say like, this is trash. Like I wouldn't even answer this email if it wasn't so bad. Things like that. So unofficially, but yeah, then like never official like copy. No one ever like told me how to write or really looked properly at my writing.
And then after we started working together, how did you feel about your skills after I started coaching you, or after I started critiquing your copy?
I was really embarrassed. I felt like I was really bad because my feedback had been good. I felt like I was a good copywriter. I was going places. I was doing good things. And then when we started working together, I was just like, I felt really not like necessarily like depressed, but I was just like, oh, I'm really bad at this. Like maybe I should just go back to being a lawyer anyway. I can't do it.
I've been pretty harsh with you the entire time because I have such a high standard that I want to hold you to. And also because this is direct response. It's not just like social media for engagement or to go get followers and things like that. So I'm actually responsible for whether or not the copy performs and whether or not the copy is bringing in leads and booking calls and things like that. So how did you feel about the level of harshness? Was it too much?
At first, like, it really hurt my feelings. I remember, I think like the first time, because I didn't know you very well as well. So and we didn't have meetings for a while. So I think I'd never spoken to you like on the phone. I'd only ever seen you like in videos that you posted. I think the first time you told me like this is shit, I probably angry stared at my screen for like an hour, like this man is so rude, I'm out of here, like forget me, I'm not writing for you anymore. But yeah, I don't know why, because like I'm quite like I have a bad temper sometimes. So I was surprised that I stayed at it, because I think deep down I must have known like he's right. I just need to just go with it. Like, it's fine. I'm going to be better afterwards. Yeah, I would have probably just like given up most of the time. So yeah, at first it's like quite upsetting, because obviously I thought I was good as well. And then to get like feedback when I was like not good, it hurt my feelings, it hurt my pride. And I was like feeling like maybe I would get fired, or, I was like worrying about loads of different stuff. And then I think the first time that you gave me like positive feedback, I was just like, this is my dream day. I've made it, like, finally. So yeah, that made obviously that feeling like 10 times better. I was like, finally, like he doesn't hate me. But yeah, at first it was a bit hard, to be honest.
So basically, I was like an abusive parent where
Not that bad, not that bad. It's a good thing that we didn't do like calls and stuff, because like I think if you'd seen my face, I probably cried at some point, because I'm very sensitive as well. But like it was all like, I knew it was for a good reason. It wasn't personal. It wasn't like you're stupid. It was just like, this is bad. That I can get behind.
yeah, and it's not really a criticism of you as a person. It's really just a
Yeah.
criticism of the work. And sometimes we have to be a little bit harsh, otherwise it won't get through to you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've we've been working together for more than a year and a half now, and I've seen your progress, and you're pretty decent now, and like I would say maybe 10 times better than you were when we started. How do
Yeah.
you feel about your skills now?
I feel I think I've been like, the whole process like really humbled me. So I don't think I was ever like super big-headed about it, because I was still like insecure, like not knowing if I was going to be able to make this my life or make a living out of it. But yeah, like I used to feel like, well, I am a copywriter and people love my writing, so like this is what I am. And then going through the process with you, I was really like, this is not just like read a copywriting course, write a few things, and then like you're a copywriter. Like you really, there's a lot more that goes into it, and it's like a process that goes on all the time. I never would have expected like you would still be giving feedback or like giving critique like 1 year and a half later. So yeah, I feel much more humbled. Like I don't brag as much anymore, even though I'm actually doing way better, and like I'm a better writer, I think. Well, I hope. But yeah, I'm much more like humble. I understand that like I wouldn't even say right now like I'm a great copywriter. I would say like I'm learning copywriting still.
Some of my clients say I'm a good copywriter, but I know if I gave my copy to one of these A-list copywriters like Drayton Bird or somebody, I know they would rip it to shreds and I'd feel like a complete amateur. So like I kind of know like I would say that I'm slightly above average as a copywriter. And that's not me like being humble or anything like that. It's just that I know that the type of copy I write, the experience I have, the amount of training I have, I know that I'm still not at the at the top, like a top 1% level, and you're like far below me. So
Yeah.
so it's like I think you have to just be honest about the level you're at, and at the end of the day, it's not like there are some people who are their identity is copywriter and they're pursuing mastery. I know there are some copywriters I know that they want to be the best in the world at copywriting. For me, I approach it more like a business owner. And so I just need to be good enough to get my client results, and I need to be good enough to grow my business. And beyond that, the amount of there's like diminishing returns on the amount of time you have to spend learning it. And I think that's where you're at right now. Even though you still have a lot to learn, like you're good enough to do like whatever your revenue is, we're going to talk about it in a second, like you're doing pretty well right now with the skills that you have, right?
Yeah, I think the same as you. Like, I'm happy, like I'm stable in my life. I can live comfortably. I have everything I need. My clients are happy with me. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to be the best one either. I just want to be like okay myself. And obviously, like if I can become like very good and get amazing results and then get like good commissions and stuff, then I will be happy as well. But right now, like I'm happy and I'm just want to keep like learning to eventually get to that point. But I'm not like in a race.
And you talked a little bit about what it felt like in the beginning when I was critiquing your copy. What does it feel like? What does it feel like when I critique your copy now? Because I know some days I'm going to be like I'll be basically like yelling at you. It's like I've been teaching you for years and you still don't get it, and this is absolute shit. And so how does it feel like now?
That's like now that I know, and now that we've worked together for this time, like I know it's on me. So oftentimes when you say something like that, it's because I didn't listen properly, or I was in a rush and I just like did something like super quickly. So I get like embarrassed because I know like you caught me. You caught me like being in a rush or writing like not as good as I could have or not paying enough attention. So I know that's like on me now.
And I can tell because I'm also lazy and I also do things last minute. So I know when something is put together last minute. Um, the only difference is I'm a lot better than you, so I can afford to get away with that because I have a lot of practice at it. But you're still not there yet. You still need to like do things ahead of time, and that's why I when I see it, I point it out. It looks like you had
Yeah.
just like put this together in like a minute because you're like late or something. So I'm not just copy chiefing you, you're basically working under me as a junior copywriter. What is it like working with me or working under me as a junior copywriter?
I really enjoy it. I think it's great. I've learned so much from you, especially when you give the feedback. So I think it was just last week, you rewrote one of my posts in anger. But it was like amazing to read it because if no one had done that to the copy and it had just gone out, it would have been probably fine. Like it wouldn't have done amazing, but it would have done okay. And to see how you rewrote it, it's like good for me to see copy that applies to something that I'm actively working on. So it's not just like reading someone else's copy trying to sell like a car when I'm trying to sell like something completely different. It's like very helpful in that sense. And like personally, I consider you like a friend. I think it's like I really enjoy working with you. I've even moved like to your city, so like we see each other in real life and stuff. It's become more than just like a colleague. I really feel like you're a friend, and I confide in you and tell you about like all sorts of different stuff. So I really enjoy it, and like I hope that we will still work together for a long time. I don't want it to end. But yeah, like for me, it's been a great experience, and I'm really glad like I didn't throw the towel in and insult you or have like a hissy fit from the beginning, because it's really been like amazing for me.
We better be working together after all the free coaching I gave you for a year and a
Yeah.
half. What was your business income like before we started working together?
So it was still unstable. I'd had like maybe two retainers. They didn't last like a super long time. I think they lasted around like 6 to 8 months, which was what was planned. So it was good, but it wasn't great. And before then, it had been literally a year of like 0, 400, 800 like dollars or euros. It was like really, I couldn't live the first year, definitely. Then so yeah, when we started together, it was like my second year. It was like more stable, but I wasn't like living good. And now it's like very stable, very much like comfortable. I have like a very stable contract, so yeah, much better.
And before we started working together, you were also doing part-time jobs as well, right?
Yeah, I was a nanny. I started nannying because like I'd been nannying since I was like 12 years old. So it was like easy money, cash in hand, like didn't have to take like too much time. Um, what else did I do? Yeah, I did loads of different stuff. Like I think this was like just before we started working together. I had my first job offer like for doing like administrating I can't like think of the words in English now because it was a French job, but it was like looking after like apartments and stuff in France, and like doing the legal side of it. So like who takes care of what, like who takes the bins out, like really horrible, boring legal stuff. And that job offer was like what, maybe like 800 or 900 euros a month, really full time, like horrible content, like it's very boring subject, it's not interesting for me. So yeah, it was either that, or I told myself I'll do like part-time copywriting and part-time nannying so I can at least like make ends meet. So yeah, I was doing like that job as well, which was, it was nice, but I was glad to stop nannying actually.
So you were on the verge of quitting copywriting and taking a job. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Because I think I'd been doing it for maybe a year or something. And because it was so irregular, I couldn't really live off it. And I was like spending more time trying to get clients than I was actually spending working. So I needed money. So I knew I could do nannying. So that's why I chose to do nannying like in the afternoon. And I would just work like on copy, like either in the morning or in the late evening. So it was like very, very different to what it is now.
And then after that, when you landed this client, the client that I hired you for, like basically you hit the jackpot. Like you didn't have to send me a DM, I DM'd you. You didn't have to send samples. You didn't have to send a proposal. I just asked you for a quote, so you quoted me. And then I basically got the retainer approved that was more than what you were asking for. And
Yeah.
it's like that never happens. And it only happened because, another copywriter was hiring you, and I know what it's like. So I wanted to make sure, because I knew that I was going to try to get a lot more work out of you than just the deliverables.
Mhm.
So I wanted to make sure that we paid you a little bit more to cover that extra work that you were going to be doing. So basically you hit the jackpot, which you didn't even know it.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like that. Like when I realized like, because I didn't know I was going to be necessarily like coached. And I think like you mentioned, like you didn't know you're going to have to do that much coaching either. So when I realized, I was like, wow, I am so lucky, because I would have probably gone to like either full-time nannying or just gone and done something completely different, like gone to my natural job state, I guess, like what I was supposed to do. So yeah, it changed everything for me, because it changed the way that I viewed hiring people and working with people as well, because you were so fair from the beginning. Like you told me it's going to be a lot of work, so I'm going to ask for more from you. No one had ever treated me that way. Like I was used to, because I was charging cheap, I was used to people like trying to get like more out of me than what they had paid for, or like always trying to like negotiate more or like get more discounts, or just like treating me not that well, like always late for meetings, or letting me go without even giving me any, I mean, you don't have to give notice, but that kind of thing. So yeah, it changed a lot how I viewed like working in this way as well, because then like after that, like I didn't take any disrespect or like rudeness or mistreatment from anybody again afterwards. Whereas before I would work till like 4 or 5 a.m. to give someone something, and they wouldn't even like acknowledge the effort that I put in. So yeah, it changed a lot of my confidence in asking for stuff as well.
And when I say I don't like to mentor copywriters, basically you are the reason why I don't like to mentor copywriters, because I know I'll be basically babysitting someone for months, and it's like I don't have the patience for it. And the funny thing was, yesterday I made a post about this on Facebook, and somebody asked me, okay, you say you don't have the patience for it, but why did you have so much patience with her? Honestly, I don't know why. I probably stuck with you longer than I should have as a manager, because it's always like, hire slow and fire fast, right? But the thing that I realized was that there's a huge opportunity cost for hiring people. So you're spending time to search the person out, you're spending time to interview them, you're spending time to trial them, and if they don't work out, you fire them, and then you have to start the cycle over again. And working with one of my clients who runs a sales recruitment company, I've seen like he's taught me a lot about that as well. So I knew that if I got rid of you, if I didn't take time to like coach you and I just got rid of you, tried to find another one, I might be doing this cycle 3 or 4 times. And the actual effect of what we were trying to hire to do, which was basically free up my time so I can work on more strategic stuff, that would be completely lost. And I would still be writing the copy while trying to hire my replacement. So that's one of the reasons why I stuck with you as long as I did. And also because I felt like if you were failing, it's my fault as the manager, as the copy chief, because there was something missing that I wasn't doing that was causing you to fail. And so I was trying to fix that, because it was my first time managing a copywriter as a copy cub under me. So I knew that I was probably not coaching you in the right way. So that's why I gave you more leeway, and I was a bit more patient with you. What's your business income now? And then you don't have to give exact numbers, but what is your business like now? Like you moved to Dubai. You showed me a picture of your apartment before. It was like a little tiny shoebox, and now you're in Dubai in your own like penthouse apartment or whatever, and you're traveling all over the world. Like you live a better life than me, to be honest. As a copywriter, you're like traveling all over the place. Like you were away this entire summer, going to conferences and events like that. So what is your business income like now?
So I would say compared to, it depends again, but the fluctuations are like much more stable. So whereas before it would either be like $400 a month or nothing, I can always manage to live with whatever happens. So I have like one very stable contract and basically like full-time in-house. And so that's like a lot of the reason why I travel a lot, because I do a lot of events and other kinds of things for them, because I really enjoyed trying that. It was very tiring for the summer, but it was like a good experience for me. And then I have like other smaller projects that I'll occasionally take on, like if I have the time or if it's like something that I'm really interested in. So yeah, it's like I mean, at the peak, maybe it was like times 10 or like 15 what it was when I first started with you. And then like more generally, I would say it's like a comfortable times 8. Like the general rule would be around then. So yeah, big thanks. Thank you for that.
And why do you think your business has grown so much over the past, like it's been almost 18 months now since we've been working together?
It would not be if it wasn't for you. I'm going to be honest, because if you say I'm going to be honest, it means you're not being honest. But I mean, like, genuinely, I'm being honest. So yeah, I come to you a lot of the times. Like at first, I was kind of worried to come to you because I didn't want to ask like about other clients, and I didn't want it to be like, oh yeah, like now I've got other clients and like asking you questions. I didn't know how it would be at first, like to talk to technically a client like about other work, but then you like really put me at ease about doing that. So I feel like I could ask you stuff like when it comes to moving up in like the current contract that I'm in. I've asked you loads of questions about like how to handle like sales calls and like how to handle like getting other clients or like asking for more from a specific client without like being cheesy or being turned down. So yeah, a lot of it has become like your wisdom that I like send back out again.
And what niche do you write for now, and what type of copy are you writing?
So now I've gone like basically full-time like crypto and blockchain copywriting. So like anything that is even technical, anything that touches like the crypto or blockchain space, I'm really interested in. SaaS as well, which is funny because before I was just like, I just want to do like beauty and like fashion and e-commerce, this kind of thing. And then like I got into crypto. I was into crypto like since around 2019 personally. And now it's like full-time, like my job. So I love that.
And you mentioned earlier that you got your first clients by cold DMing and things like that. How do you get clients now?
Now, well, it's been a while since I like went properly hunting. I had like some clients that I let go like over the last probably year or so, or I was let go, and it did free up a lot of time. So at the minute, I'm just like focusing on my main contract and like making sure that I have some time, because before it was getting like it can be quite hectic, handling different clients on like different accounts and all that kind of thing. Like it was starting to stress me out quite a lot. But now, I don't know. Yeah. So sometimes like cold outreach, sometimes I'll get referred to a friend. Like you mentioned, like I'm in Dubai and I go to a lot of events and stuff. And a lot of the times people like they'll come up to you and try and like get you to come and work for them, if not like poaching from one company or like as a freelancer. So there's a lot of different ways like people come to me now, but I'm less aggressive on the outreach.
They want you to write copy for payment of their shitcoin, right?
Yeah, you can get paid in tokens. You can get paid in anything in Dubai. Get paid in like tokens. Someone offered me to get paid in sandals. Someone offered me to get paid in like shit coins all the time. NFTs. I don't want them. Keep them. I don't want it.